Now today we will discuss derivation of Planck's law of radiation, that is the using B statistics. Are you all familiar with this equation? E nu d nu equal to h 8 pi h nu cube by c cube d nu by e to the power h nu by kt minus 1. Yes or no? Don't know this equation, this expression? Are you hearing?
Yes, ma'am.
So that I have discussed in quantum mechanics at the starting of the class. That
Yes, ma'am.
Planck's law of radiation, Planck's hypothesis, where black body definition was given, what is emission power, absorptive power, absorbing, there I discussed that I proved this relation. So that was one kind of proof, and here it is proof from B statistics. If the question is given that they derive the Planck's law of radiation using B statistics, you can't derive according to the first one, that is using Planck's hypothesis. This was proved there in black body radiation chapter. That is what you will, here you have to prove it using BE statistics. So first you have to know what is the Planck's law of radiation. So it is, according to the Planck's law of radiation, the amount of energy radiation per unit volume of a black body lying between the frequency range nu to nu plus d nu at absolute temperature T is given by this. Now, this is the expression. According to the Planck's law of radiation, the amount of energy radiation per unit volume of a black body lying between the frequency range nu to nu plus d nu is given by this. You can also write this in terms of lambda to d lambda, lambda to lambda plus d lambda. Then you will write E lambda d lambda equal to, you will write nu, you will replace nu in terms of lambda and you will get the expression of E lambda d lambda. So this is the energy radiation. Now we have to derive the law of B statistics, this law from the B statistics. In 1905, Einstein developed that the electromagnetic radiation due to the emission or absorption by a black body are composed of discrete energy particles called photons. That was developed by Einstein in the year of 1905. In 1924, Professor Asian Bose developed a new statistics for the system of photons. The radiation inside an enclosure maintained at constant temperature at thermal equilibrium may be considered as photon gas. The walls of a black body can absorb or emit photons of different energies. So inside the black body chamber, there are photons and the walls of the black body can absorb or emit photons of different energies. These photons are indistinguishable. You know that is photons are obeys the B statistics. So they are indistinguishable. We can't distinguish between them. So they are indistinguishable and many photons can have the same energy. Photons can interact with the atoms of the walls of the cavity. Photons can interact with the atoms of the walls of the cavity and they have integral spin and obey B statistics. You know all these things. What is the property? What are the properties of photons? They are the bosons and they obey the B statistics. So for these reasons, as the photons are bosons, so we can use the B distribution law to derive the Planck's law of radiation. Now, in a black body chamber, at constant temperature, photons of different energies are absorbed and re-emitted by the walls of the enclosure. In a black body chamber, at constant temperature, photons of different energies are absorbed and re-emitted by the walls of the enclosure. That is, the total number of photons in the system is not constant. So the total number of system inside the chamber, black body chamber, it is not constant. So n, you know that is number, we represent it a capital N by number. So summation over Ni, that is the total number of photons inside the black body chamber, it is not constant. Summation over Ni equal to not constant. So if summation over Ni not equal to constant, then if we write delta Ni, then that is not equal to 0. If Ni equal to constant, then delta Ni equal to 0. But as Ni equal to not equal to constant, so summation over delta Ni not equal to 0. Now I'm taking some assumptions because all are not in your syllabus included. Now here I am coming. This is the Ni by Gi. Ni divided by Gi. If you divide this, then you will get the distribution function for B statistics. For B statistics, the distribution function is given by Ni by Gi. It is written in this way, but the distribution function is Ni by Gi, that is equal to small fe equal to what? 1 by e to the power alpha plus e to the power alpha plus e to the power beta ei minus 1. That is here e to the power, both e are not, e to the power alpha plus sign is not here actually. Here that is alpha equal to 0 here. If we put alpha value is 0 and beta equal to, beta equal to 1 by kt. Last day I discussed beta equal to 1 by kt. So ei by kt here. E to the power ei by kt. So e to the power ei by beta equal to 1 by kt. And if alpha equal to 0, then we can write e to the power 0 into e to the power ei by kt minus 1. Now here some actually there are different deductions in this chapter, but these are not included in your syllabus, so I'm just taking it. So you have to take some step jump, and it is not possible to discuss all the things now, so it is also not necessary for you. So e to the power 0, so if we take, it is called multiplier. If summation over delta ni not equal to 0, then multiplier must be equal to 0. We proved that summation over delta ni not equal to 0 just earlier. Then if this is true, then we have to take the value of alpha equal to 0. Now come to the expression of the distribution function of B statistics, that is Ni by Gi equal to 1 by e to the power alpha plus beta ei minus 1. So here, if you put the value of alpha equal to 0, you are getting this type of expression, then Gi by e to the power ei by kt minus 1. What you will write here? Actually, what you will write? You will write here, that is as Ni equal to not constant, so summation over delta Ni not equal to 0. Then you will say, as summation over delta ni not equal to 0, so the value of the multiplier alpha equal to 0. Now putting the value of alpha equal to 0 in the distribution function, B distribution function, we get Ni equal to Gi by e to the power 0 e to the power ei by kt minus 1 equal to Gi by e to the power ei by kt minus 1. You will write here directly. No need to write these things because this is some different expression and proof is there. If you search internet or any book, you will get this proof why alpha equal to 0 or these things. But here what you will do, you will say that summation over delta ni not equal to 0, so alpha equal to 0, and if alpha equal to 0, the Bose-Einstein distribution function, it is given as Ni equal to Gi by e to the power 0 e to the power ei by kt minus 1 equal to Gi by e to the power ei by kt minus 1. Now therefore, now that is very important. Don't touch the screen. Therefore, the number of photons in the frequency range nu to nu plus d nu is obtained replacing Gi by G nu d nu and Ni by N nu d nu. The total number of photons in the, now you know this expression, that this is the total number of photons within the frequency range nu to nu plus d nu is obtained by this one. So N nu d nu equal to G nu d nu divided by e to the power h nu by kt minus 1. Now G nu d nu is the number of quantum states in the frequency range nu to nu plus d nu. Now here you know the expression of GD. So from GD you can transfer that GD to G nu d nu. So the total number of photons in the frequency range between nu to nu plus d nu is obtained by this. Now, if we are considering V is the volume of the boson phase space, then the total number of, if we consider that if V is the volume of the enclosure, then the total number of quantum states corresponding to P plus dP, we are considering here. That is this is the total number of quantum states within the momentum range P to P plus dP. This is given by this GPdP equal to 8 pi V P square dP by HQ. So this is the expression of GPdP, you know. Now the energy and the frequency of a photon is related by E equal to mc square. You know E equal to mc square equal to h nu. And P equal to h nu by C. So here P equal to h nu by C. That is why we are writing these things, because we will convert this GPdP. We will convert this GPdP to G nu d nu. We want to convert this GPdP to G nu d nu. So we have to replace P in terms of nu. So P equal to h nu by C. Then dP equal to h by C into d nu. Now G nu d nu equal to what? 8 pi V by h cube. 8 pi V by h cube, it is written here. Then P square dP. Now P square equal to what? H square nu square by C square, it is written here. And dP equal to h by C into d nu. So G nu d nu equal to 8 pi V by C cube into nu square d nu. So we have the expression of G nu d nu. We have the expression of G nu d nu. Now here, I mute your microphone. Who is talking, mute the phone. So we have the expression of G nu d nu equal to 8 pi V by C cube nu square d nu. Now the expression of N nu d nu, from where we are getting this? Here, N nu d nu equal to G nu d nu by e to the power h nu by kt minus 1. That is the number of photons within the energy range nu to nu plus d nu. This is N nu d nu equal to G nu d nu divided by e to the power h nu by kt minus 1. So N nu d nu equal to G nu d nu. So G nu d nu value, we have replaced this value. We have replaced G nu d nu by 8 pi V nu square d nu by C cube. So here in this position was G nu d nu. So that is the total number of photons. N nu d nu are the total number of photons within the frequency range nu to nu plus d nu. Now energy of each photon E equal to h nu. Energy of each photon equal to h nu. Now, if you have N nu d nu number of photons, then what are the energy of the N nu d nu number of photons? Then you have to multiply N nu d nu into h nu. Because each photon has energy h nu, then N nu d nu number of photons has energy N nu d nu into h nu. Now, if V, capital V is the total volume, if capital V is the total volume of the enclosure, if capital V, that V equal to the total volume of the enclosure, then if we know the total energy of the photons, within the energy range nu to nu plus d nu, then if we divide by the volume V, then we will get the energy density, that is the energy per unit volume. So understand it here very clearly. Okay, nu d nu, that is the total number of photons within the frequency range nu to nu plus d nu. Okay, so this is the total number of photons. Now each photon has energy h nu. Now this number of photons has energy h nu into this n nu d nu. Now that is the total energy of the photon. Now if we know the volume of the enclosure, then what will be the energy per unit volume? So 8 pi v by c cube nu square d nu into h nu into 1 by e to the power h nu by kt minus 1. That is the total energy. We have to divide it by capital V. Now it is here. 8 pi v nu square d nu by c cube into h nu divided by V. So if we simplify, then we will get E nu d nu equal to 8 pi h nu cube by c cube into 1 by e to the power h nu by kt minus 1 into d nu. This is the Planck's law of radiation, black body radiation. This is the Planck's radiation law for black body radiation. So this is the proof using the BE statistics. I'm just repeating this again. Again, we are repeating this. According to the Planck's law, the amount of energy radiation per unit volume of a black body within the frequency range nu to nu plus d nu at temperature T is given by this. We have to prove this. Now, as the photons are the boson particle, so we can apply the distribution law to find out the Planck's law of radiation. As in black body chamber, the total number of photons is not constant, so summation over ni not equal to constant. So if we take the delta of this is not equal to 0. If ni equal to constant, then delta ni equal to 0, but as ni summation over ni not constant, so not delta ni not equal to 0. Then you will write as delta ni not equal to 0, so we have to write the multiplier alpha equal to 0, and from there, according to the Bose-Einstein distribution function, the value of alpha equal to 0 and ni expression equal to gi by e to the power 0 e to the power ei by kt minus 1. So ultimately gi by e to the power ei by kt minus 1. Therefore, the total number of photons within the energy range nu to nu plus d nu is given by n nu d nu equal to g nu d nu by e to the power h nu by kt minus 1. Now we have to know the expression of g nu d nu. We will put the value here and we will find out the expression of n nu d nu. You know the expression of GPdP, number of quantum states within the momentum range P to P plus dP as this. Now we will convert that GPdP in terms of nu, g nu d nu. So you know the relation E equal to h nu and P equal to h nu by C. Then put getting the value of dP from here. Then g nu d nu equal to what? 8 pi v by h cube, 8 pi v by h cube. Then P square dP, P square equal to h nu by C whole square, and dP equal to h by c into d nu, and dP equal to h by c into d nu. Now, g nu d nu is this expression. From there, n nu d nu equal to 8 pi v by c cube, nu square d nu. So this expression we have. Then after that, this is the total number of photons within the frequency range nu to nu plus d nu. And here, that is each photon has energy h nu. So total, this n nu d nu number of photons has energy n nu d nu into h nu. So this is the value of n nu d nu here. N nu d nu and h nu. So this is the total energy of the photons. So n nu d nu into h nu is the total energy of photons. This is the expression of n nu d nu, and this is the energy of each photon. So h nu into 8 pi v nu square d nu by c cube into bracketed term, that is the total energy. And we, if have the volume of the enclosure as v, then total energy per unit volume, energy per unit volume is dividing that capital V, and we are ultimately getting this expression. So this is the expression of Planck's radiation. This is the Planck's radiation law for black body emission. Now, if it is given, write down the Planck's radiation law in terms of, that is written Gnu, that is E nu d nu it was, but if you have to write it in terms of lambda, then you will write E lambda d lambda. Now convert that nu in terms of lambda. So nu equal to C by lambda, d nu equal to this. So put it, the value, put it here, then ultimately you will get, that means if you want to convert E nu d nu to E lambda d lambda, then you have to write it in this way. That is, you have to just change the nu in terms of lambda. So it is written, now it is 8 pi hc by lambda to the power 5, 1 by e to the power hc by lambda kt minus 1 into d lambda. So this is again the Planck's radiation law in terms of wavelength. Planck's law of radiation, that is the energy density of radiation. E lambda d lambda is the energy density of radiation, that is the energy per unit volume, because we have divided it by capital V. Now these problems, it was given in note. Students, have you followed these problems? Shomali Mukherjee, are you hearing?
Yes, ma'am.
So that these problems were given. Have you read these problems?
Yes, ma'am.
So these are very important.
Yes, ma'am.
And today what I discussed,
notes nahi mere.
the black body radiation. Shomali, have you understood the black body radiation today which I discussed?
Yes, ma'am.
So actually what is there, some assumptions we are taking, we are not proving all the things. So from that portion you may have problem, that where directly we are taking alpha equal to 0 and putting that directly gi equal to ni by something, ni by that. So we are actually taking, that is, this is the distribution function, directly f equal to this, and there we are putting. That is, it is all the things not in your syllabus. So that, so we have to some step jump. And so for that we are taking some assumptions that let this is this, this is this. So according to which I have discussed, just prepare yourself. Okay. Now when you will all these problems, another another thing is what? This is very important problem. Huh? The Fermi energy of copper is 7 electron volt. Find out the value of Fermi energy and the Fermi temperature. This is given frequently in semester. This is the electrons concentration ratio. The formula is given. So for that reason, I told you all to remember the expression of Fermi energy. This problem, that problem number 3, just note down, this is frequently given in semester. This problem also, equation number, problem number 3. See here, what we have done, the Fermi energy at T equal to 0K, if epsilon F equal to this, then N by V, we have to find out from here, Avogadro number by atomic weight into density. So it is given, the value 108 gram per mole is given, and it is also given 10.50, this value. So we are finding out N by V, because we can't find out the expression of Fermi energy if we don't know the expression of N by V. So data is given, and from there you have to calculate the value of N by V. This problem is given. Huh? in semester. So this is semester problem. So from here, epsilon F value is here. So simply we have calculated. Simply we have calculated and we are getting 5 point. And I want to say something here, that is, you will always find out in electron volt. Initially it was calculated in joule, but divide it by 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 19. Then you will get 5.625 electron volt. 5.625 electron volt. This is also the same here. Here the expression of, in initial problem, the expression of Fermi energy you have to calculate. You have to calculate the Fermi energy. Here Fermi energy is given, but don't put it in terms of electron volt. Say it is converted in joule. Actually, when you will find out the answer, then you will write it in electron volt. But if any data is given in terms of electron volt, when you will calculate, but always you there in joule, not in electron volt. But the final answer you will convert it to electron volt. So from here epsilon F is given, so you have to find out the concentration of electron. So N by V you have to calculate, and it is calculated here. That is 5.89 into 10 to the power 28 meter cube. That means per unit volume there are this number of electrons. This is also given in semester frequently. All these problems are very important. That is average energy of free electron in metal. You know that directly the formula epsilon bar equal to 3 by 5 epsilon F. So epsilon bar, epsilon F value is given, so NEP. And here the V you have to find out, and it is also calculated here. Here find the probability of an electron to occupy an energy state of 6.125 eV at temperature 991 degrees centigrade. You have to find out the probability of an electron to occupy an energy state this. So EI value is the EI minus EF. This is the Fermi-Dirac distribution function. F equal to Ni by Gi. So this value is, you have to find the probability. That means Fe you have to find out. So what is the formula? 1 by 1 plus e to the power EI minus EF by KT minus 1. And this E value, actually it is written E here, but actually it is EI, which was written earlier. So the value is here 6.125 eV, and EF is also given. Fermi energy is given 5.6 eV. Now here just put it the value 6.125 into minus 5.6 into here. What you have to write, the K, Boltzmann constant. You know it is 1.38 into 10 to the power minus 23 joule per Kelvin. But as these two values are given in electron volt, so we have converted here in electron volt. But if you want to calculate as K equal to 1.38 into 10 to the power minus 23, then what you have to do, you have to you have to convert these two energies in, you have to convert these two energies in electron volt. So it is easier for you if you calculate in terms of electron volt, then you have to change that Boltzmann constant in terms of electron volt. And if you want to calculate as K equal to in joule per Kelvin, then you both these two energies E and EF you have to convert into joule. So it is easier. So I have calculated in electron volt and changing the Boltzmann constant in in terms of in electron volt. So ultimately this we have calculated the value, and it is 0.8%, 0.8%, 0.008. Here why you are all putting marks in my screen, on my screen? What are you all doing? Who are doing these things? Don't touch the screen, I'm saying. And everyone, you will from my next class, just log in with your original name, not by any other name. Let me check. Listen, students, your CA for lab PCA 1, that is lab 40 marks, I have to submit. And your another CA 3 marks for that 25 marks. CA 1 and 2 has I have submitted. Now that marks I will submit within 6th May. So who are not attending the classes, these onlines, you will get the effect for that. So who are not here, that who are thinking, so they will get less CA marks or in lab marks. University from, and last day you were asking that what you will which classes you will write in a university portal. From my diary, my one screenshot was given na, in your WhatsApp group. Hello. So
Yes, ma'am.
the date I mentioned na, the which topic is discussed, the in which date. So from there you can have some idea that which one you will write there. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Was discussed or which. Want to say anything?
मैम आपका लिखने देने से नहीं होगा, हम लोग को देना पड़ेगा.
हाँ बोलो. नहीं, I am also giving there university portal. I am also giving, but you are the students. That is from your side. You have to also write. So सिमिलरिटी रहना चाहिए ना कि स्टूडेंट और टीचर जो लिख रहे हैं, क्योंकि हम तो एक डेटा मेंटेन कर रहे हैं. जिस दिन भी जो भी पढ़ा रहे हैं उसका कौन सा कितने परसेंटेज ऑफ स्टूडेंट है, कि कौन सा टाइम पे हम क्लास लिए हैं, ये सब डेटा हम तुम लोगों को दे चुके हैं. अभी जो नेक्स्ट जो क्लास चल रहा है इसका डेटा भी हम तुम लोगों को दे देंगे, उससे भर देना. मैंने मतलब कुछ क्लास तो भरना है ना, क्योंकि वो वहां पर वीक है, डेट दे के भरना है. वट एवर यू आर डूइंग, आई एम ऑल्सो डूइंग पर डे बेसिस. Okay, so you have to, so for that reason that screenshot from my diary was given, and the next classes what today's class and the last 2 classes that I will also give. So according to you, you fill up your portal for my subject. For each subject now you have to fill up.
Yes, ma'am.
So do it properly, and not necessary that all the classes you have to whatever all the days not possible to take the class for the teachers. in which days you are getting the classes, just fill up. And for that reason, some helping for to help